Mabuhay! I'm Casey and I moved here in Australia back in 2017 from the Philippines, and 8 years later I am married to my beautiful husband.
And my name's Cal and I was born and raised in Australia. And now we're the Lowthers. We have been married for a little over a year and a half nearly a year and a half, and we just wanted to share the story of how we met, the story of us, because we weren't anticipating obviously to meet. I never really met someone from the Philippines. I'd never been to the Philippines. I had no idea about the culture. So the steps leading up to how we met is obviously one that would be quite unique. And I'll ask you, where were you in life before we met?
Well, I just finished university. So as soon as I finished my degree here in Australia, I started working for the same university which I studied at. I met Cal at one expo and I thought, wow, that guy's really sexy.
Truth, you thought that
No,
I
I thought you were really good looking, but also you were very arrogant. How I thought about you, that was my first impression. You were good looking, you were this tall, but you were just very arrogant. I did not want to talk to me or anything at all. And at that time, I was an intern, so I was doing an internship.
And if I talk about where I was in life, I was not too recently single. I was not interested in meeting anyone. When I first met you, I thought you were someone that was just going to come into my life for that day and leave my life that day. We met for the second time in December of 2019.
Actually, we met a couple more times. So of course you don't remember because you don't give notice to me at all. So there were, after that first encounter, there were, I think, 2 or 3 times more work event expo that we met. And I'm like, every time I see you, I was like, oh my God, it's this guy again. And that, I think the 4th time where we really met at the expo, and I saw Cal coming up from the entrance, and I'm like, dear God, please don't let him be seated next to me. And then you just suddenly started unpacking your stuff next to my table, and that's how it happened. That was the time.
Yeah, so we were forced to sit next to each other for 7 hours that day, and I thought that you were Malaysian.
Yes, I think that was not very good of him.
But how was I meant to know? I did not know.
Yeah, he asked me, are you from Malaysia?
Yes.
Why did you even think I was from Malaysia?
Because I thought that's what Malaysian people look like. I don't know. You looked Malaysian to me.
Well, that's fair enough. Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, we all look very, very similar anyway, so.
Yeah, so that's where it happened. So yeah, your first impressions was I was cocky, but maybe good looking. Well, I will also say that I felt that you were very good looking. When we sat down next to each other for 7.5 hours, that was when I really got to start to know you as a person and share, some really nice conversations. When you're forced to sit next to someone, you learn a lot about them.
That was 7 hours. And at the end of the day, Cal asked for my Instagram handle.
Yes, that's a good move.
That was a good move. So he started watching my stories every single time I post. I feel like you were always the first person to view my stories.
Yes.
From there
we started dated. I showed you that.
There was no such thing as date for Callan. From 2 different cultures. Being Filipina, we're used to being courted, asked out for a date, but Cal is very laid back, very Australian culture where date for Australians is let's go for a drink. it's not really like, can I take you out on a date? There's nothing.
Yeah, let's
like
go
that.
for a walk.
Let's go for a walk. And also because we had very common interest, which is going to the gym.
Yes.
That's what really made us very close. And then at some point we were working out together. That was our way of catching up, or quote-unquote date, if you want to call it.
But after that, there was a period where we weren't seeing each other for a
Because that
while.
happened during 2019, just as soon as COVID hit. So that's when our story started. Then it's when we started hanging out, and there was a lot of lockdowns in Australia.
Our stories sort of parted ways there for a while.
At some point we stopped talking because I started to have feelings for Cal, but he wasn't really prepared to commit to me at that point.
We get to February of 2021 and we, I guess, rekindle. We are starting to see each other again very, very frequently, and we get to the point where we get into a relationship. We commit to each other.
Well, that's the point where Cal asked me to be his guest for one of his best friend's wedding. And in an Australian culture, bringing a girl into a wedding is a big commitment. And that was my cue. That was my cue to ask, like, why are you taking me on this wedding?
I was
What does
taking
that
you
mean?
to the wedding because you were a very special woman to me and I was ready to commit.
And I had to ask him, what does it mean? He said it means we're girlfriend, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because I really just wanted him to say it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, not just we're together. I think that was just my Filipino culture. And fast forward, we got married. He proposed to me.
That was very, very quick.
It was very quick. I think everything happened so quickly. And we got married in 2024. And here we are to share our journey and our life with you all. And we're going to call this channel the Lowthers. I think we'll do the Lowthers.
There you go. Like and subscribe, as Kay said. So, well done. Thanks for sitting through.
Thanks so much. And we'll see you in the next episode. Like and subscribe.